So we have seen how to get the server side values in the client side. So here, as we are making change on the caller field, we are writing on change client script. In the on change client script, what are we doing? So we are actually making a server call using GlideAjax. Using GlideAjax, we are actually calling the script include, and in the second line, using sysparam underscore name, we are actually calling the function within the script include. And from the client side scripting, you are actually passing the caller sysid to the script include. In the script include, what are we doing? We are actually querying the user table and getting the details of selected user, like first name, last name, email, and department. So here, when you select able tutor here, so the able tutor first name, last name, email, department is coming here. Okay. So here, what I had done, I had written on change client script. As you are making change on this field, you have written on change client script on caller field. So I'm actually explaining the things clearly one more time. First step, I had written on change client script, which is on caller field. Next step, I had actually written GlideAjax here. So let me just uncomment this stuff. Okay, I have actually called the script include. So let me just open the script include here. Inside the script include, I have actually called this function, which is this one. Okay, which is this one. Inside this function, I have actually passed this parameter. This parameter contains selected caller sysid, which comes from new value. Okay, so this parameter contains caller sysid. This parameter you are actually accessing in the script include using this dot get parameter. See, the parameter is here. So here it contains caller sysid. Using that caller sysid, you are querying the user table, and you are passing first name, last name, email, and department. Okay, so these values you are actually passing it to client side. In the client side, you are actually getting that in the response. Okay, so you have actually got the response something like this, right? Abed star, Fath star, something like that, right? So you are actually splitting this string. You are actually splitting this string. So whatever comes first, that should go in first name. Whatever comes second, that should go in last name. Whatever comes third, that should go in email. Whatever comes last, that should go in department. Okay. Okay. So here we are getting 4 values, right? Suppose if I get 50 values, if I have to get 50 values, so if I have to get 50 values from server to client, hmm, what do you do? Here you are actually using split functionality using star.
Yeah.
So this time I don't use split functionality. I will use an object. So I'm actually creating an object where object is equal to empty object. Okay. In the object, I can actually pass lot of values. Okay. obj.first is equal to okay, last full department email location manager mm, username mm, what else department
phone number.
yeah phone number. So these are all the details I want to pass. Okay, so I'm actually removing the split functionality here. So what am I doing is I'm actually passing this object to client side. So how am I passing this object? I need to stringify this object. So how do I stringify? JSON dot stringify the object name. Okay, so you will actually store it in a variable where JSON object. Okay, so now you are actually passing 10 values to client side. 10 values to client side. So here what am I doing is I'm actually keeping an alert whether I am getting 10 values or not. So here we will have to use JSON dot I'm just refreshing this one. I'm selecting Alina Morton here. It is returning null.
Stringify
It
spelling
should
is
be
wrong.
JOBJ instead of answer.
Stringify spelling is wrong, I think.
Correct. G should be there. It should be JOBJ instead of answer. Am I correct, brother?
So here, what am I doing is, I'm just saving this one. On the onload, it is returning null. So onload, there is no value, right? That is why it is returning null. So we need to check whether what is showing in the on change. So here it is returning object, right? So I don't want to show the object here. What I want to show is, I want to show actually the string. So here, see here, Abel's first name, Abel's last name, Abel's full name, Abel's department, Abel's email address, Abel's location. Okay, Able has no manager. So Abel's username. So everything we have got. We have got almost 10 values. Do you guys understand?
Yes, Uday.
So what are all the details we have got from server side to client side? So here we have got Abel's first name, Abel's last name, Abel's full name, Abel's department, Abel's email address, Abel's location. So all the details that we have got, we have actually got it from server to client. Okay. Suppose if you want one value, or if you want multiple value, if you want lot of values, so we'll have to use different approaches. Okay. Hope you guys are able to understand. Okay.
Yes, Uday.
So guys, we will have to discuss about on submit and on selected client script today. Okay. On submit and on selected client script. So how does on submit and on selected client script will work? I will actually let you know. I'm actually making this as inactive. So guys, when does on submit will run? Can any one of you guys tell me while explaining the type of client scripts I had explained, how many types of there, and then when does on submit client script will run?
Before submitting.
Before submitting. Great. So before submitting, the on submit client script will run. Okay.
Yeah.
Before submitting, I want to check whether the category and subcategory fields are filled in or not. Okay. Before submitting, I don't want to check always. I want to check every time before submitting the category and subcategory fields are filled in or not. Okay. So, and if those two fields are not filled in, I need to stop the form submission. If any one of the field is not filled in, I need to stop the form submission. So before submitting, I need to check whether these two fields are filled in or not. So if one of these fields are not filled in, then also I need to stop the form submission. Okay. So we will actually see the practically, we'll see the scenario practically, guys. Okay. I'm just clicking on new, selecting UI type as all, type as on submit. Okay. Check cat and subcat. So guys, I'm just keeping short names. I would request everyone to follow the naming convention. So name should be relatable. It should not be a random one. It should be relatable. So if you take a look at the name of the client script, you should get to know, okay, the purpose of this client script is to make field, to check fields before form submission. So by taking a look at name itself, you should be able to understand the purpose of the client script. So always follow the best practice, guys. This name should be a proper one. This should name should be relevant. Okay. So here in the on submit client script, what I have to do, this will run just before the form submission. Before the form submission, this on submit client script will run. So here, what is our requirement? Before form submission, we need to check whether these two fields are filled in or not. Okay, before submission, we need to check whether these two fields are filled in or not. So we to check, first of all, what we need to do, we need to get the values of these two fields. How do we get the values of these two fields?
G form and G form the get values.
G underscore form dot get value and the field name.
Yeah.
So first, what am I doing is I'm actually creating a variable where cat is equal to G underscore form dot get value, which is used to get the value. So what is the field name? So category. Category is the field name of category field. Where subcat. Subcat is actually the subcategory field. G underscore form dot get value. So here the field name is
Subcategory.
subcategory. So here I'm actually getting the two values here. Okay. So I'm actually getting the category value and subcategory value. So here what am I doing is I'm actually checking if, okay, subcategory category equal to empty or subcategory equal to empty. That means if category or subcategory, if any of these two are empty, I'm actually going into this if condition. Inside this if condition, I'm actually again creating one more if condition. So if category and subcategory, if category and subcategory both are empty, so both are empty. So this end condition means this one is empty, this one is empty. Both should be true. Both should be true. That means if both are empty, try to understand, guys. If
Yeah.
both the fields are not filled in, so here what am I doing is I'm actually showing G underscore form dot show field message. category is mandatory. I want to show it in red color. So that is why I'm actually keeping it in error. Okay. So here, subcategory. So the interesting point that you guys have to learn here is we need to stop the form submission. Okay, if these two fields are not filled in, we need to stop the form submission. How do we stop the form submission? Using return false statement. Return false statement will stop the form submission. So here you will have to use return false. So what happens if both the fields are empty? So here it will show you the field messages and stop the form submission using return false statement. Okay, there is another condition. So that is actually else if condition. So here what you are supposed to do here, category is filled. Category is filled, subcategory is not filled. So here what am I doing is, I am actually keeping those two lines here. Okay, else if. Okay, what am I doing is, here I'm actually keeping the condition like category is not filled and subcategory is filled. Okay, so here what am I doing is I'm actually trying to submit the incident form. Okay, we are able to submit it, right? Let me just open new incident form. So here I have not filled category and subcategory. I am trying to submit the form. Am I able to submit the form?
No.
No, it has
No.
stopped the form submission. If I select this one, if I try to submit the form, so what is it telling? So I'm actually selecting this one. So I'm actually trying to submit this one. See, I'm not able to submit this one. Because we are actually stopping the form submission if these both of these fields are not filled in. Okay, so here if you take a look at the script, guys, if both the fields are not filled in, you are actually showing this message. If subcategory is alone not filled in, okay, if subcategory is not filled in, so here you are actually showing so how are you stopping the form submission, guys?
By
Return false.
returning the false.
Returning false.
By using return false statement, we are stopping the form submission. Okay, so now I have another requirement. I have another requirement. So I am now dealing with the reference field here. As we are dealing with the reference field, we will have to deal with the database. Okay, so here I'm selecting able tutor here. Oh, let me just open a record. So here guys, what am I doing is I'm actually creating a new field on user table. I'm actually creating a new field on user table. Okay. So here, what am I doing is I'm actually creating a new field, contractor. I have actually created a contractor field. Okay. I am making few of the users as contractors. Sys underscore user dot list. I am making few of the users as contractor guys. This is the field that we have just a while ago created. I am making few of the users as contractors. So Abraham Lincoln is actually one of the user who is actually the contractor. So guys, as per my customer requirement, contractors should not be able to raise incident. For contractors, you should not be able to raise an incident. So here, if I select the caller who is actually the contractor. So here, this is actually this user is actually a contractor, right? Abraham Lincoln is actually a contractor. So if I select contractor here, contractor user here, and try to submit this one, you should not be able to submit this one. You should not be able to submit the form. So tell me guys. Hello.
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
So before submitting, I want to check the selected caller is actually a contractor or not. Which type of client scripts do you have to write?
On submit.
On submit. Okay. So let me just create a on submit client script. On which table?
Incidental.
Incident. Yes, please go on mute. So I'm actually using the same stuff, GlideAjax stuff. Okay, I'm actually using the same GlideAjax stuff. Okay, so here earlier we had used getXML. Now I am not using getXML. This time I am actually using getXML wait. So I'm actually using getXML wait here. So why do we have to write? What is the purpose of getXML and what is the purpose of getXML wait? See, getXML wait will hold the script at fifth line. GetXML will hold the script at fifth line, and then once we get the response from the server, only then it will move ahead with sixth line. You guys got it? Did you guys get it or not?
Can you
Hello?
repeat one more time?
Yeah. See, this getXML wait will actually hold the script at fifth line. This getXML wait will hold the script at fifth line. Once it gets the response from the script include or server script, it will actually move ahead with the sixth line. You are clear?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Let me tell you. So here you are trying to understand, the selected caller is actually a contractor or not. For that, you are actually making a server call. Okay. Okay. I am opening this definition. Here in this definition, I am actually creating a function as such. Okay. Dot u underscore contractor.
Uday, you are querying caller sys.
Yeah, I'm querying the caller SSID only.
You have to query the caller sys sub, right? That is a variable that we use.
Okay. Variable you want me to replace. Great. Thanks. So here what am I doing is I'm actually checking whether the selected caller is actually a contractor or not. So how am I getting is where answer is equal to variable dot get answer. So which will actually give you whether the selected caller is actually a contractor or not. If answer returns true, so what am I doing is I'm actually showing an alert caller is contractor. G underscore form dot clear value caller underscore ID. Return false. What does return false does?
Stop the submitting.
Apologies, guys. Abraham Lincoln is actually the contractor. See, what is it telling? Caller is contractor. I'm actually clearing the value. So if I select Abraham Lincoln, see, it is saying like caller is contractor. And I'm not able to submit the form. So instead of keeping an alert, what am I doing to do is so caller is contractor. This is actually showing like a on submit line script.
No, the in script you have given the ID as category. You should give caller ID, right?
Okay. In the script,
You have given
here, okay,
category.
okay, got it. This field message, not really sure. Okay, here I'm actually selecting Abraham Lincoln here. That field message, aren't we able to show? See, it is showing clearly here. Caller is contractor. So likewise, if you want to stop the form submission, you will have to use on submit line script. Okay. We will move on and discuss about the unselected client script. So guys, the unselected client script, guys, if we have to talk about this unselected client script, this will not work on the form. This will only work on the list, which we have already discussed. So now, so far, you guys are clear with on submit line script, right?
Yes, sir.
So far, you are clear with the on submit line script, right? Do you guys have any doubts? You guys are clear with on submit line script or not? Shyam, Sudhir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm clear.
Yes.
So we will be discussing now. Now we will be discussing the unselected client script. So unselected client script will work on the list view, guys. Okay. I am going to create unselected client script now. So guys, from the list, right? If I try to change the color, from the list, if I try to change the color, so what should happen is that I should get the confirmation. Okay, are you sure you want to change the color? So I should get the confirmation. So from the list view, you are actually trying to change the color. So you can also change the value from the list view as well. So I'm actually selecting able tutor. Okay. So from the list view also you can change the color. If you are actually changing the color from the list view, you need to get the confirmation. Are you really want to change the color? So if he says okay, so we should allow them to change the color. If he says cancel, we should not allow them to change the color. So first, before changing the color, we should get the confirmation. So for that, what am I doing is I'm actually writing unselected client script on color field. Color change. See guys, it is save and close is like return false. Save and close is like return false. Save and close false means return false. It is like a return false to stop the form submission. Return false is used to stop the form submission, right? Save and close false means stop the list submission. To stop the list submission. Okay. So here I'm actually getting the confirmation where C message is equal to confirm. In the confirm, what am I getting is change the color. Okay. If he has selected okay. Okay, if he has selected okay. Then save and close equal to true. Else save and close equal to false. Okay. I'm just saving this one. I am just refreshing the list. From the list view, I am trying to change the color. What is it saying? Are you sure you want to change the color? If you click on OK, then you will be able to save this one. If you click on cancel, you won't be able to save the form. See, I clicked on OK. Now you have actually saved, you have changed, you are able to change the color. So if I try to change it to something else like system administrator, if I click on this one, it is saying like, are you sure you want to change the color? If you click on cancel, you will not be saving the list. See, you haven't saved the list. So save and close false means like a return false in the on submit line script. So save and close will actually stop the forms, stop the list submission. Do you guys understand?
So that.
So
Yes, Uday.
guys, most of the time you don't get requirements on unselected client script. 99% of the time you don't get requirement on unselected client script. 99% of the time you will be getting requirements on change, onload, on submit client scripts. Okay, so guys, tomorrow we'll be discussing UI actions. Okay, so once we are done with UI actions, we'll be going ahead with UI pages. And so UI pages and UI macros I will be covering in one session. After that, I'll be covering some server-side APIs such as Glide Record. So we'll be discussing Glide Record in detail, and Glide Record Secure, Glide Aggregate, Glide Datetime, and Glide System, and Glide Duration, and Glide Schedule. So there are some server-side APIs which we are supposed to discuss. Once we are done with that, we'll be moving ahead with server-side scripting. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys. I'm wrapping up for today, and we'll see you tomorrow then. Thank you.